Hi guys, it's Joanne. In this video, I'm going to review integument. My review tips for this video are going to include some associations. So if you saw in my previous video, I used associations to help me remember, like connections with A in the amyloidosis and aged hamsters, or the D and the F in Desofovibrio and disease of ferrets. I've also been utilizing the VTNE app, and I do the question of the day every day and share those questions with others in a mass text. They share theirs in return, so we all have more exposure. I also do at least one practice exam every week, or at least I try to. So, the integumentary system does tons of jobs, including prevents desiccation, helps maintain body temperature, excretes water, salt, and organic wastes, receives sensory information, synthesizes vitamin D, and reduces threat of injury, to name a few. It consists of 3 layers, which includes the epidermis, the dermis, and the hypodermis. And there are 2 different types of skin, which is thin skin and thick skin. Okay, so the epidermis is composed of stratified squamous epithelium, which is avascular, so it means that there are no blood vessels, and it has 5 distinct strata or layers of cells, the outermost being stratum corneum, followed by stratum lucidum, stratum granulosum, stratum spinosum, and then finally stratum basale. And I remember this by saying, can Ludacris get some bass? Or colors like green seem germy or bonk. It just really depends on how you can remember it and what words you can fill in the blanks. Okay, so here's just a picture of the different layers, a little color coordinated because I'm crazy. Okay, so the stratum corneum is 25 to 30 layers of flat, dead cells filled with keratin and surrounded by lipids that are continuously shed. Stratum lucidum is 3 to 5 layers of clear, flat, dead cells, and this is found in thick skin only. Stratum granulosum is 3 to 5 layers of flat, dying cells that show nuclear degeneration. And this is where there's the transition between the deeper metabolically active strata and the dead cells that are more superficial. Stratum spinosum are 8 to 10 layers that provide strength and flexibility to the skin. And finally, stratum basale, aka stratum germinativum, is a single layer of epidermis that divide repeatedly. So when this layer is destroyed, the new skin cannot regenerate without a skin graft. The dermis is located between the epidermis and the hypodermis, and that consists of connective tissue composed of hair follicles, glands, nerves, and blood vessels. And that contains, let's see, I have a picture of it. So there's the hypodermis, the epidermis, dermis, and hypodermis, also known as the subcutaneous. So the dermis contains 2 layers, which is the papillary layer that has the bumps and increased surface area and connects to the epidermis, and contains the Meissner's corpuscle that contain nerve endings or pain receptors and touch receptors. The reticular layer is primarily dense, irregular connective tissue. And then to wrap this video up, we'll wrap up with the hypodermis, which is also, as I mentioned, referred to as the subcutaneous layer. It is a thick layer below the dermis made of areolar tissue, which is rich with adipose, blood, lymphatic vessels, as well as nerves. It also contains the Pacinian corpuscle, that are special touch receptors sensitive to heavy pressure, and the hypodermal layer permits skin to move freely over the underlying bone and muscle without putting tension on the skin. So again, I'll go back to this, which you can see the Pacinian corpuscle in there. Hope this video was helpful and not too junky.